Hey, what's up guys, it's Unleash here today, and we are back with another video on Sonic Frontiers. And we have some more details on the game from hands-on impressions and interviews with your boy, Takashi Iizuka. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's take a look at the news at hand onto a bunch of different sources with Sonic Rush. Right, so I'm going to be jumping between a bunch of sources for this video, and I don't really remember which ones they are, so I'll leave the links to them down in the description below so you can check them out if you want to. You've got both the open zone and the cyberspace types of areas in this game. What can you tell me about the differences and how much time we'll spend in each? Takashi Iizuka. For about 2/3 of the game, you're going to be in the open zone area, but cyberspace is another one of these places you get to go outside of this mysterious island. And cyberspace is, if we think about the remaining 1/3 of the game, going to be the linear format that previously everyone really liked. You're at the start, you need to get to the goal, and your technical skills can get you there super fast. It's that style of gameplay that we know people really like. So, cyberspace is going to be 1/3 of the game then? Well, unless I'm reading it wrong, but this seems like cyberspace is 1/3 of the game, which means it can't be optional then, can it? I mean, Iizuka himself, he's saying that it's 1/3 of the game, and that sounds like a pretty significant part of the game to me, so I think people are really underestimating how significant cyberspace is going to be in Sonic Frontiers, because 1/3, that is a massive chunk of the game right there, which gives us even more of a reason to criticize it. And like the combat, what can you tell me about the approach to the puzzles we've seen and played in the open zone areas and how they fit into the overall game? Takashi Iizuka. On the island, there's kind of a few things going on. We do want to have a lot of high-speed action, and we do want people to engage in the battles with the Guardians in order to get the portal gears and all the other things that they need to advance the story and continue on with the game. Can somebody please tell these people that commas exist? Like, my god, that was a hefty read, that, my god. But there's also puzzles that are on the island. We want to make sure the island is filled with lots of things to do, and the puzzles on the island are there to provide something challenging for the player. With the puzzles, really what they do is when you start completing the puzzles, the map is going to start expanding and there will be so much covered up. You'll start opening up these areas of the map, understanding more about what's on the map and in the world. So for people who really want to kind of see everything on that map, the puzzles are the way to kind of open up the entire area from a visual standpoint. On the first island, we have lots of easy stuff, but as you progress through the different islands, you know, the next island is going to get more challenging. There's going to be puzzles that not only are challenging your brain, but we have other puzzles that are going to challenge your reflexes and technical control abilities. So there's going to be a variety of different puzzles throughout the game. Oh, that's good then, so the puzzles are going to get more challenging as we go further in the game. That's good to hear. Because right now, the puzzles aren't looking all that interesting or difficult, so if they do get more harder in the game as we go on, then honestly, I'm happy with that. That's not the only way to progress in Sonic Frontiers though, as once I delved into the game for myself, I discovered just how many different gameplay paths and collectibles exist to get Sonic towards his goal of collecting the Chaos Emeralds. The Sega reps on hand explained that the core game flow goes a little something like defeat Guardians, earn portal gear, open portals, complete cyberspace stages, earn vault keys, open emerald vaults. But there are plenty of other ways to collect Chaos Emeralds, such as finding them hidden in the world or completing minigames and optional tasks. I didn't actually get the time to find any cyberspace stages in my session, but I'm told each of these also contains multiple opportunities to earn vault keys. Okay, now that does sound like cyberspace is optional, but then it's 1/3 of the game. I don't know what's going on with cyberspace right now, man, honestly. We keep having clashes of different ideas and things we've been told. I mean, it's just really confusing right now, which I guess is kind of the point of cyberspace, because it's confusing. I don't know. Okay, let's just carry on. As night falls, things will change. And like the Blood Moon in Breath of the Wild, certain moons will periodically cause meteors to fall, which in turn activates a slot mechanism that increases your rewards. This is cool, but the accompanying graphics are troublesome during boss fights. So yeah, we've heard about this already. Different events happen during the night, I think. Some sort of meteor shower, and then some sort of starfall event or something. I think that's what it's called, but yeah. I looked around, decided to head to a region with suspended rails and rings, ready to be collected. I was interrupted, however, by my big first enemy jumping between waves of sand, a giant robotic shark. Despite the scare, the animal didn't seem too worried about my presence. Anyway, I decided to face it. Before the attack was possible, it had to be tamed, grabbing the shark's tail as it emerged from the sand and passed through the air, ready to dive again. With Sonic clinging to the tail, the shark zigzagged across the desert, and after a few turns, the game featured quick time event sequences where he had to be agile by pressing the required buttons at the right time. If successful in keeping himself attached to the elusive animal, Sonic can then advance to the shark's trunk and only then begin attacking it. Oh, that's an interesting little boss fight there then. Got quick time events in there, some Sonic 06 references sort of. and some sort of cinematic look to it too. Pretty good. Speaking of the friendly Cocos, the little creatures are hidden all over the island. They make a bell-like noise, which helps players find them. Whenever I hear the tinkling, I looked around, and it didn't take long to find one of these little lost creatures. After collecting them, Sonic will be able to take them to Elder Coco in exchange for improved top speed and the ability to collect... What? I think what they mean to say is increases capacity of rings. Right, this paragraph here is talking about the blood moon thing or whatever it's called. This phenomenon has another curious feature. It causes already collected items to respawn in this scenario, but on the other hand, it also revives enemies. From what has been hinted, the phenomenon in question happens randomly during the exploration of the islands, and again, it is up to the player to participate or not. Alright, so that's good that they actually give you an option there, so if you don't want to do it, then you don't have to partake in it. That's good. Right, here we have a new render of Amy with a little bio here. A lively and kind girl who pursues Sonic What? Oh, right, wholeheartedly, I gotcha. Her body is trapped in the cyberspace and becomes a cyber body that cannot be touched. By becoming a cyber body, he can talk. Come on, man, you get the pronouns right at least. She can talk with Coco and help Coco in trouble. And here we have a look at the Elder Coco. An elder who governs Coco and the others, looking for the lost Coco and the others. When he finds the lost Coco and delivers it to the elder, he will increase Sonic's speed level and ring possession limit to help him on his adventure. Right, and the final source for today's video is Sonic Stadium and an interview with Iizuka. Sonic Stadium. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with the Sonic community at Gamescom, Iizuka-san. I wanted to ask you about some of the things Sonic Team has revealed over the last week. First of all, the Cocos. They're very cute. What's their role in Sonic Frontiers? And do you see them as limited to the Starfall Islands? Or are they a bit like Wisps, where they may return in future Sonic titles? Takashi Iizuka. The Coco are kind of a mysterious creature that exists all on the Starfall Islands and... well, they play into the story quite a bit, so I'm afraid I can't really talk about what they are too much. We definitely don't want to spoil the mystery. Alright, so the Cocos have a bit more of a bigger role than we all thought then. Interesting. Sonic Stadium. So there's been a lot of excitement about Ian Flynn's involvement in crafting the story beats with the Sonic Team for Sonic Frontiers. What does it mean for the direction of the Sonic games series to have people involved with the licensed comic book series contribute to the stories of mainline games? Takashi Iizuka. We've had lots of different writers involved with the Sonic series for the longest time, but in this day and age, it's really interesting as we now have Sonic in games, Sonic in comic books, Sonic in movies. We have lots of different Sonics all throughout the different entertainment mediums for fans to see. And one of the things I really wanted to do is solidify everything. Get it all a little tighter in terms of a unified Sonic experience. So what I wanted to do with Sonic Frontiers was make sure that while the past comic books were its own separate thing, by having Ian Flynn, who's doing the IDW comics, also work with us on the game, is kind of bringing the comics and the games a little bit closer together in this unified Sonic experience. It's really all about that unification to me, and making sure we're putting a very unified version of Sonic out there. Now that is actually pretty interesting, so in the future maybe, could we see comic book characters come into the games, and even vice versa? I mean, we do have Tangle and Whisper in Sonic Forces Speed Battle, so who knows, we could see more than that in the future. Sonic Stadium. That's very interesting. Then, should we expect to see more crossovers or collaborations between the games, comics, maybe even the movies in the future? Or do you see each of those things as very much different universes in your mind, despite collaborations like in Sonic Frontiers? Takashi Iizuka. Well, I think that even with the Sonic Netflix TV show that's going to be on air soon and the IDW comic series, it's always best having one universe to connect them. For the movies though, it's a little too hard to reasonably incorporate this realistic looking Sonic with real human being friends and real planet Earth. All those things are a bit difficult to put into the games. But if I talk about the comics, the Netflix series, and the games, moving forward, the idea of trying to get all of them into the same universe, or even if it's not exactly the same universe, at least having them feel like they're part of a connected universe is something that's very important to us. Alright, so maybe some sort of Sonic Multiverse or something in the future? I mean, that would be pretty interesting, having maybe movie Sonic, regular Sonic, and then IDW Sonic all in the same, I don't know, media or something. That could be cool, I don't know. The possibilities are truly never ending. Anyways, that about does it for today's video. So we did get massive details into today's video, kind of some small stuff here and there, but still some pretty interesting things. We know that Cyberspace is going to be a lot more significant than we all think. We know that the puzzles are going to get harder as the game progresses. We had a little look at some sort of shark boss fight for the game, and then some sort of Sonic Multiverse in the future. Who knows? But what do you guys think of this news? Would you like to see some sort of Sonic Multiverse in the future? Let me know down below. Love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. Don't forget to become unleashed by hitting that join button down below. And remember, it's not necessary. And I'll see you all next time. Peace!